A very good evening, instructor. I am Ronak Sana of BBA Aviation second semester, and this is my second video for the design thinking and probably the last video for Module 8. The reason I've been making this video is for the points which I had missed out in the last modules for my prototype, so I would like to cover it up in this video. So the design challenge which I had taken up is dog menace, and I had chosen this topic because this problem was actually prevailing in my society. So it was relatable for me to choose this topic. And the how might we question which I had raised up for my prototype is how might we provide a shelter for the dogs who are actually creating a menace. So there were many designs and concepts in my brainstorming module, which was in module 5. So out of those brainstorming sessions, I had chosen one topic which was a shelter. I had actually chosen an area for the dogs, but after knowing that these dogs also need a place to lay low and they also need a place to eat, so a shelter would be the perfect place for these dogs so that they can live peacefully for themselves and for the residents. So the reason I care about this topic is, on a personal note, I am a dog lover. So choosing this topic was not so, relatable for me, but it was very close to my heart because I actually have a dog and I have compassion for street dogs and all kinds of animals. So making this prototype and being in this design thinking modules and processes, I think that it's been fun for me to create new ideas. Although these concepts of mine I have shared with some NGOs and my society who are ready to accept it, and they're actually the shelter which is being constructed in my society is actually under construction. So if it goes well, I can personally mail you the shelter's photos if you want. And coming to my prototype, so here is my brief walkthrough about my prototype. This is basically the dog shelter which I had created, and this is the area where the dogs, actually there's a green area. This is the green area for the dogs where they can roam around and they can sit and play with other dogs and other animals. This side would be the area for sleeping, the side which I have allotted for the dogs, although they are not going to follow because they don't know the rules. So I've just put a mark that they can sleep over here, and this is the area where they can roam around in the front. And the name of my prototype is Area Skylos. Skylos actually means dogs in Latin language. So that was the reason I had chosen this name for the dogs and for the prototype. And this is my prototype from the side and from the front. Okay, so this is all how my prototype looks like. And the things I have learned in this module are actually phenomenal, because there are many things I came to know that I didn't know before this module, that brainstorming sessions can actually be so productive and effective for any kind of thing you are trying to build up, an idea which you want to come up with or you want to work on it. So these modules have actually helped me to be a design thinker, all thanks to the modules and the instructor. And what went well for me? Well, the thing which went well for me is that the society people and the NGOs actually accepted my prototype and concept, and they said that they will be implementing it on their upcoming shelters and other homes for dogs. So it was very pleasant for me to know that my prototype is actually being used for the betterment of the dogs. And what was most challenging for me is that coming up with new ideas for the dogs, which I personally think that was difficult for me to think, because I have a dog, so I don't know what the street dogs go through. So that was the reason I had chosen what went well for me. And what I would do definitely for the change in my prototype is that I would see other ideas also which can actually help the dogs live a better life in these shelters. So I guess that's all from my side, and it was a good experience to go through all these modules for design thinking. Thank you so much.